Introduce y'all to the newest member of the family. I did buy the bike. What should we call this? You guys leave a comment and know what you think we should call this thing. Also, here's what the plan is. Springer front end. That's the main reason I wanted this bike. I've always wanted a Springer front end. So I'm thinking about either a rigid frame or keep the Softail frame. I don't know, but I really think a rigid frame Springer front end bobber style chopper would be fucking sick. Definitely getting rid of this front tire and front fender. Put a 21 inch, maybe a 23 inch on it. I've already stripped the passenger pegs. I'm not going to have a backpack on this bike. If I do, she's going to have to wrap her legs around me. That's a good thing. Anyhow, I tried the original gaskets on the intake yesterday. They're just too old. They've been squished for too long. They're still leaking. So I'm getting a new set of those today. Stripped the exhaust, the fishtail exhaust. I've never really been a fan of fishtail exhaust. Sometimes it looks good, like a Cholo Softail or something. So I'm gonna get his 2-to-1 Thunder header on here. We're gonna clean it today. I kind of wiped the tank down already. I don't know if you can see this, but this is actually factory. But if you look, that's raw metal with just a candy coat on it. Even the silver, that's just raw metal. I really like that. So I'm keeping the tank. I like to find a fender off of late 90s Harley Bad Boy. Anybody remember those? Harley made this thing called a Bad Boy. It's kind of like this, kind of a Softail Springer bike, but they called them a Bad Boy. They had a little bit different fender. In the back, it kind of kicks out. I like to get one of those. If you've ever seen Billy Lane build the 1998 Bad Boy that he has, it's kind of my vision with this, except for maybe a rigid frame. I know a lot of people get some hate going on the rigid frames. I fucking like them. The only Harley I'd ever had before my Road King was a rigid frame Sporty, and I had a blast on that bike. I mean, I wouldn't want to travel 20,000 miles on it like I did my Road King, but a couple 100 miles, maybe a 1,000-mile trip, you know, weekend bar hopper, it would be awesome. So, keeping the headlight. I love the headlight. Bars, probably I want to get 6-inch risers and then put a drag bar style bike on it. Look, depending on where you're at, cops will get you for the big ape hangers, especially when they're kicked forward. It might look kind of cool. I'll be honest with you. When I see a guy that's kind of short riding a bike with the bars kicked forward and his arms are completely locked out, just riding dead straight, all I can think is how much he struggles to turn that thing in a parking lot. All right, I prefer performance handling and not really handling because I want a rigid frame, but I prefer it semi-safe when it comes to steering. I'm not a big fan of kicking your ape hangers forward and stuff, but anywho, I'm excited about this thing. I think it'll be cool.